just very quickly, before I start, if you've ever been a patron of Hammers Chat, there's an email that's gone out to everybody, so please just check your inbox. There'll be an email in there, and it's from hammerschat@gmail.com. Some transfer rumours I couldn't give two hoots about. I'm literally just here telling you the rumours that are doing the rounds. However, there are some when we get linked to a player, I think, oh yeah, I'd like him. You'll know when I get excited about a player. So Emmanuel Dennis is one of them. Look, I know the name has been bandied around for a little while, but as I say, sometimes I just look at it and I think, yeah, I want this one to be true. As a rumour, please, please, please be true. I think he's got an awful lot going for him. I think it'd suit our system really well. I think he's a nightmare for defences. I think he's absolutely unplayable. He's managed to shine in a team, talk about Watford here, let's be fair, which was crap last season. So I think he'd be really good for us. Injection of pace, my word, we need it so much. And if you remember, when we played Watford, I said I was a little bit worried about when we played them because actually they seem to have the fastest 5 or 6 players on the pitch were all Watford's players. They were just so much faster. All right, where did he get them come the end of the season? But I do believe it to be an area of weakness of our own team. So I like this player, and I'd like to see it happen. We'll get to the nitty-gritty of the story in a minute. But what was also interesting was that into the mix, and a different story, had been thrown his club mate, Ismaila Sarr. Now, long Hammers Chat watchers... How long Hammers Chat watchers? People who've been watching Hammers Chat for a long time will know I like this player. I've always liked this player. And I think he's got... Again, he's another one that's absolutely unplayable on his day. Bit of a different injury record. And to be honest, I don't think you'd want to sign both of them. Not because they do, I guess they do similar jobs, but they're wide players, fast wide players, would be signed too. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that they're both African-based players, so you don't really want the African Cup of Nations coming around and to decimate every area of your team. I'm not saying you can't have more than one, but what you don't want is, all your centre-backs to be from Africa, or all your central midfielders or something like that. And I think if you had your 2 main attacking wingers, all right, I know Bowen is, but you get where I'm coming from here. So I think only one of them would be probably the sensible one. Out of the 2 of them, I'd probably go with Dennis because it's hard, isn't it? Because a lot of these players are a bit of a flash in the pan, aren't they? And he's had one season, but there is a suspicion of injury with Sarr. But there was a season or 2 ago when he was being banded around for about 50 million, and I remember looking at it thinking, I don't think that's totally wide of the mark, but he's formed dips, but you're sort of going to get that, aren't you, in a team that struggles and yo-yos between divisions. Dennis, I think so. Now, as I understand it, or so the story goes, we're willing to offer 18 million plus £2 million in add-ons. Obviously valuing him, if you're good at your maths, at £20 million. Watford apparently value him at £25 million. That's okay. That's not a million miles away. There's a negotiation there, isn't there? It's just really important we don't go in with, okay, well, we'll now offer £18 million and a penny and £2 million. Incrementally, we need to up our game a little bit. Get the player over the line. I'm not sure I believe it. I just want to believe it. I would like to think that David Moyes has looked at him tearing us apart and thought, actually, this player would be useful to have in my team. And I do think he'd suit us down to the ground. Very, very excited about that one in particular. So come on, let's get it done. There's a negotiation to be made. Maybe it's smoke and mirrors. Maybe we're not interested at all. Maybe we're just after somebody else. I want to talk about a few other players as well. I'm going to talk about Ben Rama just quickly, and I'll go into him in more detail in another video because I've got some comments on Ben Rama which I want to feature. But just very quickly, Ben Rama is interested in Fulham, but also apparently of interest to Fulham are Ryan Fredricks and Arthur Masuaku, basically our two fullbacks that we don't use, if you like. Now, we signed Fredricks from Fulham on a free. I think we paid him something like 50 grand a week. He's never been a moment's trouble, Fredricks, and at times he's played really well for us. He's never been my favourite player. You'd notice, I think there's deficiencies to his game, which I think he lacks basic technique. I don't, but there's so much good about him. He's got a great attitude, clearly a great guy to have around the group as well. He's fast as pants, unless you've got slow pants, of course. He's fast as pants, ever reliable. I think he's a really decent player and be a decent player for Fulham to get, particularly on a free. In other words, he's one of the guys. I mean, do you know what? I think it's a success. That's easy for me to say. It's a successful transfer. Freebie to us, whatever, played 4 or 5 years of us, goes back to Fulham. Brilliant. Masuaku, let's be fair, if we get any money for Masuaku, I think we've done all right. Again, we only bought him for 5 or 6 million. He's not really featuring. He worries the hell out of me when he plays, in defence anyway. Again, he's another one that you can't argue with Arthur's attitude, really. He never whinges, he never moans when he's not in the team. I mean, both of these players have been good servants to West Ham, but what we're going to do is improve. We need to improve those areas of the pitch, basically. So, we want better players than the ones on the pitch. What we don't want to do is constantly be trying to get a tune out of Fredricks and Masuaku. If we get any money for him, though, let's be fair. Paid 5-6 million. The rumour is that Fulham are willing to pay 5 million. I think that's a good deal. I really do. I know I've seen a few people saying, "Oh no, I wouldn't sell him for less than 10 million." It just ain't worth it. I'm sorry to say that. Any time you can get close to your money back and you've had a few years of service out of a player, I think that's absolutely great. It is important that we replace him. And what I would like to see, as I'm sure you would, and this is a discussion for another day, is a player to come in, a left back to come in, which then puts Cresswell down to the bench. Someone better than Cresswell. And then Cresswell becomes Masuaku, not literally, of course. Something else I wanted to discuss as well, which was the Darwin Nunez one. I've been sort of noticing a few comments how we missed a massive opportunity with Darwin Nunez. I'm not so sure. I'm really not so sure on that one. You look at his insistence that he wanted Champions League football now, which is there were a few clubs that were in for him and he wanted Champions League football. Man United were in for him. That's the big key one. Man United and Liverpool. It's more complicated than that. There were more clubs in for him. He chose Liverpool. Well, why wouldn't you? You just would at the moment, right? Because why Liverpool better than Man United at the moment? That's the club you'd go to. And let's be fair, what's he, 21, 22? Liverpool have been better than Man United for the last 5-6 years. So pretty much since he was 14, 15, well, he's been watching football and been aware of, whatever, the Premier League. Anytime he's been watching it, he's been thinking, actually, Liverpool are a bigger team. You can't blame him for thinking that. Champions League final, final of everything else, almost, very close to winning the league. Makes absolute sense for him to go there. But because he's chosen that, we were never really in with a shout. Also, look at the money. 65 million up front with 20 million add-ons, 85 million. We're never going to get close to that sort of thing. So I find it difficult to be disappointed about missing out on this player because we were never really interested in him. Well, we wanted him, but whoopie do. I want a Ferrari, but I can't afford one. I've got to drive a van instead. I'm not comparing Emmanuel Dennis to a van, by the way. I don't think you can. I don't think you can get away with such things. But I would hope Emmanuel Dennis would not be our striker. Mind you wouldn't put it past Moyes, would you? He's got a form for this, hasn't he? Moving people around and changing their positions. But listen, the window is well and truly open. But my point is with Darwin Nunez, hard to be disappointed on somebody I never truly believed that we would get. Also, it's easy to almost get wound up by it as well, because we know we were in for him, we knew we were interested in him, and David Moyes publicly said that we were also interested in Diaz. Diaz, who joined Liverpool and played so well, was certainly the signing of the winter window, wasn't he? And really gave them a massive boost, massive injection of creativity, pace, urgency. Good player. Anyway, Diaz. So apparently we were in for him. And he went to Liverpool. And now Darwin Nunez, we were in for him and he's gone to Liverpool. Don't blame him. And you know what? It's easy to be cynical about it. But you know what? I try and look on the positive side. At least we're scouting. It's a good player. So that's the scouting part of it. I don't think we're thinking too big, by the way, because we are looking at players who haven't quite made it yet. And their next move, they make it big. And I'll be honest, I didn't see a single post on any of our channels that were ever saying that we should go and sign Diaz before Liverpool did. He was a relative unknown as far as I was concerned. I know I don't have an encyclopedic knowledge of European football, but same with Darwin Nunez. I didn't know about these players. So you know what? This is what I'm hoping. Look, it'd be nice to sign Emmanuel Dennis and all this. You see the stuff. I've even spoke about Ward-Prowse recently, but I do hope, and this is what I hope that Rob Newman brings, and that is these little insights, these players that I haven't heard of, you can go and you buy and you bring them in, they hit the ground running, and they're absolutely brilliant. Anyway, there you go. Those are the transfer rumours for today. There's more than that, but as I say, Dennis looked at me. Oh yeah, I would genuinely be excited if on the team sheet next season he was lining up there when we were going to take on these players and get another couple. I say another couple. New centre back, a new left back, new midfielder. I would look at that and I think, yeah, come on, let's do it. Oh, by the way, did you notice Sonny Perkins scored for England under-18s again? There you go, shot across the bows there. Anyway, I'll catch up with you tomorrow.